Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Paranormasight, Mermaid's Curse, or the Mermaid's Curse, running on Nintendo Switch 2. What's at the town clock? Well, if it isn't Shotaro. Hey there, you two. Just the man I wanted to see. You two, you wouldn't happen to have seen Sato around, would you? Sato? No, I haven't seen her today. She was supposed to meet with me earlier, but she never showed. She didn't show? Did something happen? Oh, I'm sure it was just because of my old man's ridiculous request earlier. Honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. I can't believe he'd say something like that. Is something wrong? Ah, pardon me. It's nothing for you two to worry about. By the way, Yuza, I hear you've become an Ama diver. Yes, but I was told to stop, so I'm currently on extended, if not permanent, leave. Oh, don't let it get to you. I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's been using your mother as an excuse, saying she brought bad luck to the island or some such. Wow, that's exactly it. Do you know why everyone keeps saying Yuza's mom was a bad omen, Shotaro? Yes. What was it again? Something about her being the Raging Waves curse bearer. The what? Raging Waves? The Raging Waves curse bearer. Raging Waves is, well, exactly what you'd think it means, and the curse bearer has the power to call forth that calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier, but it's probably just superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. But I really should get going. Let me know if you see Sato, okay? See you later. I'm pretty curious about what Shotaro said. Yeah, the Raging Waves curse bearer, huh? Do people really see my mom that way? Maybe we should ask Mr. Wakamura what he knows. It's worth a shot at least. Anyway, let's keep moving. Oh, okay, so we do get like a little bit of story there. Huh? Tsukasa, Sato, what's going on? Well... I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. Tsukasa, come on, we're drawing too much attention here. Wah! Hey! What was that all about? Something was definitely up with them. Yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us. Tsukasa was crying. What the hell could have happened? I'm worried too, but Sato said she can't explain right now. I'm sure that means they'll tell us what's up later. True, we shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Still, I get the feeling we probably shouldn't tell Shotaro we saw Sato here. Yeah, let's keep this to ourselves until we learn a bit more. Interesting, huh? Old man Wakamura. You know, you mind if we ask you something real quick? It's just one thing after another today. What now? Azami and the Minaguchi boy? I heard from Chia you two went out into the bay to do some diving earlier. Well, I've got a bone to pick with you, and there's no time like the present. Okay. So, boy, you serious about wanting to become an Ama diver? Huh? I thought at first you'd come up here to get my permission to dive. But now I hear you've been running around looking into Mare Minaguchi. What's the meaning of this? We have been asking around. To be honest, we have been asking around. I guess there was no hiding it from you. Yuza, are you sure this is okay? It's probably best to be honest about things right now, Azami. It's just like you said. We've been trying to find out more about my mom. I knew it. Anyway, my point is, no more sticking your nose where it don't belong, got it? And most of all, no becoming an Ama diver. Shinobu Wakamura. So, If I give up on becoming an almond diver and fall in line, will you tell me about my mom? Will you tell me about my mom? All this sniffing around, you're doing something ain't falling in line, that's for sure. Besides, you should be asking Tsuyu about all this business, not me. She's got to know more than I do. Oh? So, Tsuyu really does know more than she's letting on. About the Raging Waves Curse Bearer. Mr. Wakamura, what is the Raging Waves Curse Bearer? What? Where did you hear about that? Ah, it's gotta be Shotaro. Boy never could keep his mouth shut. We heard it's some sort of curse that whips the waves into a frenzy. Does something like that really exist? It does. The Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago was caused by that very same curse. The curse of the Raging Waves? And your mother, Mari Minakuchi, was the one who brought it down on us. That storm was no natural disaster. It was entirely preventable. If we'd only stopped her from going to the bay that day, Ise-Shima wouldn't have had to suffer such a tragedy. What? My mom would never have done such a thing like that. Just because you don't remember it doesn't mean she wasn't up to something out. Just because you don't remember it doesn't mean she wasn't up to something out there. As to whether it was intentional or not, who can say? But it don't make a difference either way. All this talk about curses is a bit hard to swallow. Do you have any proof? Proof? I've got the words of a trustworthy sorcerer backing me up. That's all the proof I need. A sorcerer? You're basing all this on some woo-woo wizard said? On what some woo-woo wizard said? Give me a break. You can believe what you like. Don't change the fact that curses and spirits are as real as anything else. Bah, I don't have time to butt heads with you two, but I know what I'm saying is the honest truth. Looks like there's no point in trying to change his mind. Old man's as stubborn as a mule. So, you really think there's a storm coming, and that storm is caused by a curse? Of course I do. Some fellows who said they were with the police dropped by to warn me about it yesterday, in fact. The police? Why would the police be warning you about a curse? I reckon they were just phonies trying to take advantage of the curse for their own benefit. But even you two must have noticed that rumbling coming from the sea over the last few days, right? That's proof the curse of the Raging Waves is getting stronger. So, that's why you've been telling everyone to stop taking their boats out and prepare for a storm? Sure is. Naturally, can't just come out and say it's because of a curse. There's no telling when or where it'll rear its head. It's too dangerous to go out into the water in these circumstances. Even so, we'll have to take our boats out again eventually. We can't keep off the sea forever. You're damn tootin', which is why I gotta find a way to stop the curse as soon as possible. Why would a curse be affecting the sea around here, though? Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine, let's see if this will change your minds. A long time back, there used to be another island to the south of here. Ise-Shima, it was called. Ise-Shima? This is the first I've heard of it. They say it was devastated by an earthquake and tsunami nearly 400 years ago. But the truth of the matter is that raiders overran the island and slaughtered every last one of the people who lived there. The murdered islanders' resentment gave rise to the curse of the Raging Waves. And the resulting storm and tsunami sank the island to the bottom of the sea, raiders and all. Is that true? The curse is still rolling about in the sea near here to this very day. Just one little push and that storm could come barreling down on Kaneshima next. A push? Something that would awaken the islanders' anger again, such as someone with ties to those raiders, say a descendant of theirs, draw near to where Ise-Shima was. A descendant? Wait, you're saying my mom was a descendant of the raiders who attacked Ise-Shima? Sure am. As her son, you share her blood. But how could that... Only natural everyone would see you as a bad omen, no? I really didn't want you back on the island, you know. You should be grateful I didn't have you shipped back to the mainland on the next ferry. You're telling me that's how everyone sees Yuza and his folks all this time? It's fine, Azami. Let's hear the rest of what he has to say. About Tsuyu. Gran said she doesn't know anything about my mom, though. So even she said that to you? What do you mean? Well, I don't know much myself. Tsuyu's always been a tight-lipped about Mari Minakuchi. Where she came from, what her deal was. So, you've been saying Yuza's mom was descendant from raiders even though you don't know for sure? Suyu ain't said nothing to deny it. Speaks for itself, don't it? If you don't like what you're hearing, you should ask Suyu about it yourselves. Are you saying the reason the curse of the raging waves reawakens is because I came back to Kaneshima? Nah, there were signs even before you came back, so the direct cause was probably something else. That still don't change the fact that you're a bad omen, though. How are you even planning to stop the curse? That ain't none of your concern. You just sit tight at home and stay out of my way. And I don't want to hear any more about you going out to sea. Are we clear? And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Should be clear now just how much of a danger you are to the island. Now get yourselves home and stay put. Seems like that's all we're going to get out of him. But maybe we could ask Suyu about what we just heard. She might be able to tell us more. Oh? Was there something else you needed, Yuza? Mom's curse. By the way, Gran, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura, and there's something we wanted to ask you about. What was it? My hearing's been a bit off recently, you see. Please don't say that. A lot of Ama divers have ear problems, so it's not really a laughing matter. Someone has no sense of humor. So? Do you know that everyone thought Mom was a Raging Waves curse bearer? Wow, I'm impressed you managed to say that without stuttering. So, you have heard of it before. Ah, drat me, my big mouth. He said Mom was a descendant from the ones who first called forth the curse, or something like that. And that's why everyone is so concerned with what I get up to. Is that true, though? Well, if you know that much, I suppose I can tell you the truth. If I just rest up a bit, I'll be up and around again in no time. I want the two of you to come to the southern bay later, once the sun's gone down. Right. Thanks, Gran. You can't tell us about it now? I think it'd be easier to show you what I mean. Okay, we'll be at the bay at sundown, but if you're not feeling up to it, don't push yourself, okay? Don't need to rush now. I'll tell you everything later. You'll want to prepare yourself for this one. Okay? We're going out again for a bit, Gran. Got it. You two take care, okay? Anything else here? Doesn't look like anyone's around here right now. Let's try somewhere else. Let's go. Mr. Wakamura? No good. He's completely clammed up. I doubt we'll be able to crack that shell. Let's try somewhere else. Guess no one's here right now. Doesn't look like there's anyone here. Seems there's a bit of commotion over there. Maybe they know something about the rumors. Want me to go ask? That'd be great, thanks. Hey, what's up? Did something happen? If it isn't Azami. I don't know if you've heard, but 15 minutes later. Welcome back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, I'm afraid, but they did have some interesting things to say. Interesting things? Do you want the normal news first or the worrying news? Normal news. How about the normal news? So, we got a bunch of tourists visiting right now, as usual. But what's really got people talking is that there are 2 foreigners among them today. Oh, really? I heard that Ise Grand Shrine sees a lot of foreign visitors, but it's unusual for them to come to the outlying islands like this. What's more, it seems they've been going around asking a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently they said they've come here looking for mermaids. Mermaids? Curious, right? Yeah, right when we were looking into them too. And that's not all. For some reason they're asking about your mom, Mare Minakuchi, too. What? But why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom? Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I was told not to go near them and everything. No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now. They're probably still on Kaneshima, at least. Though the question is where. Well, I guess we'll see. If we see two Westerners around, we'll know who they are, eh? Apparently they're an older man and a young girl. Yeah, I'm sure we'll know them when we see them. I hope we manage to find them. Worrying news. Let's hear the worrying news. Okay, then. There are reports that two Ama divers have gone missing. Apparently both cases were around Ijika town on the mainland. Oh, were they diving accidents or something? I guess so. It seems it's still under investigation, though. The sea hasn't been that rough lately. But I guess it's a dangerous job, so you never know what might happen. Still, two Ama divers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. It wasn't that long ago there was all kinds of talk of human bones being found in the sea near Toba, you know. I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Ijika? Maybe this is why Chie was going on about bad omens. Yeah, it's definitely worrying news. Okay, looks like that's all the info we're going to get around here. Let's try going somewhere else. Oh, was there something else you needed? Oh, looks like Kikuko's back. Want to try talking to her again? Yeah, let's give it a shot. What now? What now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? If you want to talk, let's talk about something fun instead. Something fun? Got any ideas, Yusa? Well, how about this? Boxes? About those boxes we helped you with just now. What was the delivery everyone was expecting? Yep, the latest Kamishima merch, hot off the presses. I thought so. Well, what do we have to do this time? You want to know? I'll bet Azami's keen to find out. He's always wearing that t-shirt. Sure am. Gotta show the world how much I love Kamishima. Tourists seem to love that shirt too. You wearing it all the time should make for great advertising. Anyway, the latest addition to our souvenir lineup is this. What is that? A hand mirror? Bingo! A specially made hand mirror with a Kameshimaru design on the back. So, what do you think? That looks great. Why'd you go with another hand mirror, though? Well, mirrors are a pretty prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be as smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where mirrors are used as offerings to the sea god. Oh, that's cool. With all these people living on the island and surrounded by the sea, I can see why mirrors are seen as symbols of good fortune here. And it's small enough to fit in your pocket, too. It's both cute and practical. Wow, you really thought of everything, huh? I've actually been handing these out to Ama divers around the island since yesterday. I told them it was a charm and that they should hang on to it for good luck. Oh, so everyone has one? That's kind of nice. Another way to bring us all together. You're an Ama diver too now, right, Yusa? Why don't you take one? But I... Oh, right. I don't know if it's okay to count you as a diver, given what happened earlier. Like it really matters. We've got plenty, so you should take one too. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Hand mirror acquired. It's no big deal. I don't want you to feel left out or anything. I guess that means Azami's getting one as well. Here you go. Wow, really? I'm always down for more Maru merch. Sure thing. Keep it safe and sound in your pocket, and maybe it'll keep you safe too. Everyone else was happy to get theirs too. Even your grandma seemed to like it. Yuza said she'd be sure to use it from now on. Really? I'm glad to hear it. Maru. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering for a while. Yeah? Were you the one who came up with the idea for Maru Kikuko? Nope, I can't take credit for that one. Oh right, I forgot you don't know, Yuza. Know what? At one point, the local youth organization was trying to come up with souvenir ideas for tourists. Tsukasa stepped up and suggested creating a new mascot character for Kamishima. She even drew the design for it. Mascot characters are all the rage nowadays, you know. There are even mascots for World Expo and the Japan Games. Oh, I see. So Tsukasa drew this. I only heard about it after the fact, too. I didn't know she was so good at drawing. And it's not just a cute little turtle. The unique look on its face makes a big impression. Yeah, the old guys here didn't seem too sure about it at first, though. But thanks to Azami's fervent endorsement, it ended up making the cut. I just didn't want Tsukasa's design to go to waste, you know? She put a lot of effort into it. I think it's a great mascot, too, for what it's worth. How interesting. I'm glad I asked. There's a bunch of Kamishimaru merch now. Keychains, notepads, you name it. If you want any, just let me know. You have any tips that might help when diving? Hey now, that's basically asking me to give away company secrets for free. Oh no, I didn't mean anything like that. Just the basics would be helpful. The basics, huh? How about this then? Sometimes your foot can get caught in the rocks while you're swimming, so you should always stay aware of your surroundings. So being too focused on the catch can get you into trouble. That makes sense. If you swim hard enough, you should be able to free yourself, so don't panic too much if it happens, okay? Thanks, I'll be careful. If I'm ever allowed to go diving again, that is. That's all I got for now. If you want more tips, try asking Sue. Have you ever heard of the Curse of the Raging Waves? Nope, never heard of it. What is it? Well, we went to talk to Mr. Wakamoto just now. Wait, so you mean the disaster 5 years ago was caused by some curse, and that the same curse is going to cause the same thing to happen again? So it seems. What the hell's he on about? Trying to pass things off as some occult tripe. Don't tell me you two believe that rubbish. Well, it did seem pretty believable. Oh, please. He's obviously feeding you a load of nonsense. I don't know if you two are aware, but there are rumors the old man's been really into this shady sorcerer recently. A sorcerer? Yeah, some sort of miracle worker over in Tokyo or something. Apparently he'll do anything they say. That's probably why he's going on about curses and stuff. Shotaro did say he's been behaving oddly recently. Even Shotaro thinks so? Then that's gotta be it. So it's just a hoax? You shouldn't pay any mind to that hogwash. Besides, doesn't it bother you that he's trying to pin the disaster on some sort of crazy curse? Have you heard about the two Alma divers from the mainland who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. I guess it's a reminder of just how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. Do you think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign something bad's going to happen. But you should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. If you start bringing it up, people will get suspicious. That's probably true, yeah. Personally, though, I think they were probably just unfortunate accidents. I hope they're both found safe and sound. Working as an ama diver. Did you go diving today as well, Kikuko? Oh, you mean that whole thing about how we're supposed to stay out of the sea? No one I know is paying attention to that. I took a boat out into the bay from the northern shore, but didn't end up with much to show for it. The North Sea, huh? Did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? Ah, no particular reason. Just taking notes for later. I see. You're really serious about becoming an ama diver, huh? It'd be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I'd like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. It's okay. Any information you can give me is help enough. Sorry, I'll help out when things have died down, okay? By the way, Yuza, how much practice did you manage to get in today? I think I managed to make good progress, but there are definitely things I can improve on. I thought so. It's pretty impressive you managed to improve that much in one day. Might not be long before you catch up to me. Wow, it's pretty impressive you can tell all that just by looking at him. Hey, I thought of a way I can show my support. If you manage to get a high score of 2,000 points in one diving session, I'll give you a special prize. Whoa, isn't that great, Yuza? What was your high score today? Again? Let's see. I think it was 2,090 points. Oh, wow, you really did it. I sure did. That's amazing, Yuza. I guess you've earned yourself a prize. Here you go. A rare bird sticker I found while diving the other day. You lucky dog. I didn't think you'd get a new mockingbird sticker so soon. It looks like a rare one, too. Oh, really? Nice. Once you become a proper ama diver, I'll tell you all the good diving spots I know. By the way, have you seen the 2 foreign tourists that we're supposed to be visiting today? Wait a sec. Foreign tourists? Here? Today? No way. What did they look like? Did they have blonde hair? Were they cool? I'm not sure. We don't know much about it. I guess that means you haven't seen them either, though. Yeah, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey now, you two had better not be thinking of following them around to Gop. You don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, do you? Were you just asking whether they were cool or not? I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see them, you'll come and tell me, right? Right? Okay, we will. Man, I sure hope I run into these foreigners before they leave. Well, she's not even trying to hide what she really thinks anymore. Oh, was that all? I'll be getting back to work then. It's still afternoon. How can I get time to pass? Ah, Chie. You two again? Still wandering around poking your noses into business you shouldn't be? How's about you stop messing around and just give up already? Nothing you do is going to make me change my mind. I'm saying this for your sake as much as anyone else's, Minakushi boy. Try to understand my position, eh? For my sake? You managed to survive that disaster 5 years ago. Some would call it a miracle even. It wouldn't do to see that miracle go to waste, would it? Maybe I flew off the handle a bit earlier. Ended up coming off a bit stronger than I meant to. I can't tell you anything about your mother, but believe me when I say it's best you let sleeping dogs lie. Curse of the Raging Waves. Is this about how Yuzu's mom caused that curse? The Curse of the Raging Waves or whatever? So, you already know. Heard it all from Shinobu, I'd wager. Do you believe in the curse, Miss Chie? Of course I do. At the very least, I know it's not some old wives' tale. I'm not saying you have to believe it too, though. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk bad about the woman or anything, but there was obviously something up with Made Minakuchi 5 years ago. She always seemed anxious and on edge, and then the disaster struck. Might be I'm reading too much into it, but I can't shake these doubts of mine either. Underwater gathering tips. I said it before, and I'll say it again. No diving. My stance there hasn't changed a bit, you hear me? Damn, guess that's that. By the way, where'd you go diving today? Well... Yuzu wanted a particular spot, so we went about 5 kilometers south of the island. Say what? What were you thinking, diving in the Southern Sea of all places? You got even less sense than I thought. You know full well that everyone avoids that area because of the disaster 5 years ago. Yeah, I know. But Azami and I both lost family in the disaster too. We wanted to take the chance to pay our respects. Well, I can't say I don't get how you feel. But that strange rumbling I told you about is coming from the south. Just do me a favor and stay away from the sea, alright? Alright. Ain't gonna get nothing from me there. Foreign visitors? Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Have the 2 foreign visitors come by here at all? Sure did. Saw them just now, actually. What? Do you know where they went? Looked like they were headed to the lighthouse from what I could tell. The lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Don't go following them just because we don't see many foreign folks around these parts, you hear? Missing Ama divers? Chie, we heard that 2 Ama divers from the mainland went missing in some sort of accident. You heard right. Do you think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm well aware of just how dangerous the sea can be, but 2 divers getting caught up in accidents and going missing one after another? That tells me there's something off with the sea itself. Well, are we all done here? You two should leave dealing with island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your heads down and stay out of trouble, you hear? Yeah. Well, that was something. She isn't a bad person at heart, but she sure is stubborn. Yeah. Oh, looks like we found them. That looks like them, all right. Excuse me? You rang? Do my eyes deceive me? Could these young islanders have come all the way here to talk to us? Welcome, welcome to Kamishima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourselves at home. Thanks for having us? Why is he the one welcoming us? It's because most people here have been avoiding him. He's excited someone finally wants to talk. Oh. Anyway, we were wondering if you could spare a moment to talk. Wait, before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. It's probably safe to assume you know we've been making the rounds here asking questions. Indeed, it was most likely hearing such news that incited you to climb all the way up here to meet us, which means... I've got it. We've almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island, committed some manner of ill-mannered faux pas. You must have come to tell us that the lighthouse is off-limits to everyone except authorized personnel. Actually, no. The bitter taste of failure, and thus does my stint as aspiring detective end in ignominy. I'd say the whole show was kind of a social faux pas, at least. Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time. I see. He must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, do you mind if I continue? Oh, asking my permission, are we? Well, then, by all means. Permission granted. Thank you. Yes. My name is Arnav Barnum. You can call me Avi. Wait, what? Why, how did you get Avi out of this? As a sign of our newfound friendship, and also because I like it better. Honor of Barnum. Okay then, Avi. Ah, such a pleasant ring to it. And what can I do for you, young man? Would this girl be your daughter? Not quite. Miss Circe Lunarlight here is a distant relative of mine. Yes. Miss Circe Lunarlight would be me. Nice to meet you. I'm Yuza Minakuchi, a resident of Kamishima, and this is Azumi Kumoi. Nice to meet you. Yuza Nazami, eh? The pleasure's mine. Wait, Minakuchi? How about them? Oh, so we piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fantasy writer by trade, with a reach spanning the Atlantic, from Bonnie, England to vast America. Not that any of his books sell at all. That's right. For some reason, no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, a fantasy writer has no need for mysteries. What's that? I earn more as an occult writer, so that might as well be my main job now? Humbug, I say! Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. I see. In any case, I'm just your average free spirit. Footloose, fancy-free, and all that. What's that? You're wondering if my bohemian nature is the reason I remain unattached and unwed? Humbug, I say! Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. Oh, you seem to be enjoying yourself. I am indeed. Why not give it a try yourself? 1, 2, 3? Humbug, I say. I'm actually good, thanks. Impressive as it is, I can see doing this pose 3 times might have been a bit much, yes? This guy sure is hard to keep up with. At any rate, I recently found myself with a pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Circe here just happened to be studying in Japan and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide. Your guide? Indeed, she's quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomena, and such a pleasure to converse with as well. Ise-Shima is a deeply spiritual region full of sacred places I'd always wanted to visit. We traveled around the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. Arva of Barnum will unlock when all the conditions are met. In fact, I think it did a bit ago. You must have been really excited, huh? Is this place really that special compared to other places? Of course. It wasn't called the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world for nothing, you know. Is that what it was called? It really rolls off the tongue. The land whither what? What's this? You've never heard it called that? It said that Yamatohime no Mikoto, the Empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 2,000 years ago. She received a divine revelation that the waves around Ise province came from the eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. This eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live, and some describe it as a perpetual paradise. Whoa, you're going to have to slow down there a bit. So what does that mean exactly? We learned about it in our local history class, remember? Yeah, I think I remember. Sorta. Basically, Ise is such a sacred place, even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right? Exactly. It has such an enchanting vibe. Just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long. But the residents wouldn't be feeling too hot if your nose kept bleeding all the time. One thing's for sure, though. You seem to really like Ise-Shima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear that. Will you be staying on Kamishima tonight? If you need somewhere to stay, I know a few places. We've actually already booked a guest house back on the mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this. Oh, I guess you don't have much time left then, huh? So, what brings you to Kamishima today? I'm glad you asked, young Yuza. We were hoping to pick your brains on the topic as well. There wouldn't have to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down on this island, would there? So, you really are looking for mermaids? Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer, of course, to the mythical half-human, half-fish creature. Sure, we know that much at least. Ah, then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject. Additional information? Well, you may be aware the typical Western mermaid is envisioned as having the lower half of a fish and the top half of a human woman. It's thought that this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, the sirens of Greek mythology. Their claim to fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed, it caused this image to enter common knowledge. Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? Ah, but the mermaid that appears in ancient Japanese folklore is quite different. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears it was seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai in nature. The legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen as more of a fish than human. Sure, that makes sense. People would definitely think twice about eating something that looked human, huh? That isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretations of mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there are several different types of creature that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there are also reports of more humanoid or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different types of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, they're two different creatures that just happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. It leads to misunderstandings when conflicting stories get passed down, and then the whole concept gets treated as occult malarkey. I think I see what you mean. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe mermaids really exist, Avi. But of course I do. After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids. Bum bum bum. This is all very compelling. Isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter. Mermaids? And that brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info on mermaids, would you? Unfortunately, I've never heard of any folklore about mermaids here. I see. That would align with the answers we've received to our inquiries thus far. And it would seem our investigation has branded us certified weirdos. Most everyone now turns a blind eye to, as well as a deaf ear. Well, it's probably not just because of that. I mean, isn't there supposed to be a huge occult craze going on in Japan right now? I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids. Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very vocal minority, yeah? If you're that interested in the occult, what brought you all the way to Kamishima? Do you have a reason to believe mermaids could be found here? An excellent question. I do indeed. More precisely, I have reason to believe they could be found around Ise-Shima, an island that no longer exists. Ise-Shima? Indeed, I obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say there were 3 mermaids, Sobai, Nagame, and Hayase, living in the seas around Ise-Shima 400 or so years ago. 3 of them? And you even know their names? We didn't even know Ise-Shima existed until today. It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Ise-Shima's existence, which would obviously lead one to believe something is being concealed. On that note, did you know that records remain of several other sightings of mermaids in Ise Bay? What? Really? That's right. Legends about mermaids exist throughout Japan, and this region is no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Tsuzu City, Ise City, both of which border Ise Bay. Whoa, I had no idea. I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested. Thanks, this is all very interesting. So, which type of mermaid are you looking for, Avi? Well, it seems a lot of the mermaid sightings around Ise Bay were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids? But the mermaids sighted around Ise-Shima were apparently the human mermaid type, or mermaid sort. So it stands to reason that any mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. By human mermaids, you mean the sort that are closer to humans than fish, right? Indeed. The ones closer to fish, meanwhile, are known as fish mermaids. Or that's what I call them, anyway. I see. I don't know whether that makes it easier to understand or more complicated. In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have to be fish mermaids then, right? Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. But I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality on people. Oh, I wonder. How about another refresher on myth and legend? Either of you familiar with a place called Ryugu? 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 Is it related to the Ryugu Palace that appears in the tale of Ise-Shima Taro? Just so. It could well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace of that familiar fairy tale. Well, I was right? The Ryu, a dragon, surely refers to the god of the sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with water to be serpentine in nature. This would make them Ryugu, the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King. I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else. Ryugu is known for being home to the priestesses who attend the god of the sea. These women are collectively referred to as Otohime. Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Ise-Shima Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale, so she was actually a priestess. A slight embellishment to make a more interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu. It is said that they were half fish, half human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh. But what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good, but where is this Ryugu Palace anyway? You want to know? You're dying to know, aren't you? Very well then. Take it away, Circe. Right. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the eternal world I mentioned earlier. Well, really? In other words, the sea around Ise, which is said to consist of waves from the eternal world, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And the Ryugu is home to the Otome mermaids, right? Otohime mermaids. That's right. What's more, a priestess who lived in a land said to be an eternal paradise. It wouldn't be odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Ise-Shima Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the tamatabako. Oh boy. We'll have to pull out the memory banks for how to pronounce these. If the story has its basis on the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans, the power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think? I see. So that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality even without eating their flesh. Oh, you see? Intriguing, is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? Aha! What creature was responsible for bringing Ise-Shima Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? Or eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle, or kame. And what is the name of the island we're currently standing upon? Oh, Kamishima. And there you have the reason for our visit. So you believe there might be some clue as to how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kamishima? Could Kamishima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? Oh, Ryugu? By the way, Yuza. Yes? You said your name was Yuza Minakuchi, right? Correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mada Minakuchi? Huh? Mada Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. I apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago. You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? No, but what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Could she have some sort of connection to mermaids? Well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please tell me. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well, now, you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit, Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests some connection between mermaids and Mada Minakuchi. A rumor? From where? Oh, you want to know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well. I'll tell you. Wow, this is a really long conversation. I'm getting tired talking. Well, we stop it there for now. This is meowmurai. You've been watching Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse, running on a Nintendo Switch 2. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream. I gotta rest my voice for a minute. That was a lot of talking.